Tests are like having a safety net while coding. They ensure that your application continues to work as expected even when you make changes or fix bugs. By the end of this video, you'll have a complete test suite set up for your project. Let's dive in with an example. Suppose you're working on a function that calculates the factorial of a number. If you accidentally introduce a bug while refactoring it later, tests will catch it and help you fix it quickly. First, identify what you need to test. For our factorial function, we want to ensure it correctly handles positive integers. It returns none for non-integer inputs or negative numbers. It behaves as expected for edge cases like 0. In Claude Code, you can use a simple testing framework. Let's start by defining some test cases in test/factorial_test.py. Python, import pytest. From Factorial, import Factorial. Def test_factorial_positive. Assert Factorial 0 = 1. Assert Factorial 5 = 120. Def test_basso factorial_ non_ integer. Assert Factorial -3.5 is none. Assert Factorial hello is none. Ensure your tests cover all edge cases. Python, def test_factorial_ cases. Assert Factorial 100, 1 times 10 to the power of 250 hashtag, large number check. Assert Factorial -100 is none. To run your tests, use Claude Code's testing command. cd path/ to / your / project. Clay test. This will execute all tests in test/factorial_test.py and give you feedback on which ones pass or fail. By setting up these tests, you'll catch issues early and maintain confidence in your code. Now that you know the importance of testing, let's get started. All right, by the end of this scene, you'll have a clean slate to start writing tests with Claude Code. Let's make sure everything is set up on your machine. First things first, open your terminal or command prompt and run my_test_project and cd my_test_project. This will create a directory named my_test_project and navigate into it. Now I need to install the necessary tools. Let's use Poetry for dependency management. Run this command to initialize a new Poetry project. Poetry new. Next, let's add Claude Code as a requirement. Open your PyProject.toml file and under tool.poetry.dependencies add toml. Claude Code = 0.12.3. Replace the version number with the latest one if it's different. Save the file. Now, let's install Claude Code as a dependency. Poetry install. With that done, we need to set up our project structure. Create a folder called tests in your project directory, and inside it, create a Python file for your test cases. Let's name it test_math.py. In your terminal or command prompt, run dear tests and touch tests /test_math.py. This will create the test directory and the test_math.py file. Now you're ready to write your first test. Open test_math.py in your preferred editor. By the end of this video, you'll have a fully working test suite. All right, you've got your environment all set up. Now let's create a new project using Claude Code. This will get us on the fast track to coding and testing our application. Here's how we'll do it. 1. Open your terminal or command prompt. 2. Navigate to the directory where you want to keep your projects. 3. Run this command to scaffold a new project. Claude Code init my_project_name. Replace my_project_name with whatever you'd like to call your project. 4. Once it's done, Claude Code will generate all the boilerplate files and directories we need. Navigate into your new project folder. cd my_project_name. 5. You'll see a familiar directory structure: src, tests, config, etc. The test directory is where you'll be writing and running your tests. Let's take a look at it. 6. Inside the test folder, there's a file called test_index.js. This is where we'll start. Open this file. Code test_index.js. You should see some basic template code. Feel free to delete or modify it as you wish. By the end of this step, you'll have written your first test using Jest, which will help catch bugs early. First, make sure you're inside your project directory. If not, go there now. Bash cd path / to / your / project. Now, we need to install Jest if it's not already installed. Run this command to add it as a dev dependency. Bash npm install save dev Jest. Next, create a test file for your main module. Let's say you have a file called index.js that contains some logic. We'll write a simple test for that. In your project directory, if there isn't already a __tests__ folder, create one. Bash dir __tests_. Now, inside the __tests__ folder, create a new JavaScript file called index.test.js. You can do this with any text editor or by running bash touch __tests_/ index test.js. Open up index.test.js in your text editor. We're going to write a simple test. Let's assume you have a function that adds two numbers. Your index.js might look like this. JavaScript // index.js. Function add ab. Return a plus b. Module that exports equals add. Now, in your index.test.js, write the following test. JavaScript /_tests_/ index.test.js. Const add equals require / index. Test adds two numbers equals expect add 1 2 3. This test checks that the add function correctly sums up two numbers. Save your file. Next, run your test to make sure everything is working as expected. You can do this with bash npx jest index.test.js. If you see pass and no errors, congrats. Your first test passed. If there's an error, take a moment to fix it. This is how you catch bugs early. Okay, so by now you've got your first test suite all set up. Great job. But how do we know if it's working? Let's see these tests in action. First things first, open a new terminal window and make sure you're in the directory where your test folder is. If not, navigate there with cd path / to / your / project / test. Next, run all the tests using Claude Code by typing bash Claude Code test all. If you haven't set up any custom hooks or configurations yet, just pressing enter will use the default settings. This command tells Claude Code to go through your test folder and execute every single test file it finds. Watch the output. Claude Code should be chugging along, running each of your tests one by one. You might see output like running tests in /path / to / your / project / test. Test 1 should add two numbers successfully. Passed. Test 2 should handle edge cases gracefully. Failed. It'll tell you which test files and lines are passing or failing, so you can quickly spot any issues. If everything is green, great. But if there's a failure, don't worry. It's just practice. Let's say you get an error like this for the second test. Test 2 should handle edge cases gracefully. Failed. Test file /path / to / your / project / test / math_test.py. 5. Expected 0, but got -1. That means something in your math_test.py is off. You can then go back and tweak that specific part of the code. By running all tests together, you get a clear picture of what's working and what isn't. This is crucial for catching bugs early and keeping your codebase healthy. By the end of this video, you've got a functioning test suite running with Claude Code. Now that our initial tests are green, let's expand our coverage to ensure we're not missing any edge cases or bugs. First off, take a moment to bask in the glory of your hard work. You've just added another layer of protection for your codebase, making it more robust and reliable. Keep those tests coming because they'll pay dividends down the line. Now let's brainstorm some ideas for new tests. 1. Coverage for user input validation. Ensure that all user input fields are properly validated to prevent errors. 2. Edge cases for data handling. Test boundary conditions for any data processing functions you have. 3. Performance tests. Add a few benchmarks to see how your application behaves under load. You can add these new tests in Claude Code by simply editing the test files and prompting Claude to run them again. For example, if you want to add a validation test, just open test/validation_test.claude and write Python def test _user_input_validation. Assert validate_user_input valid input equals true. Assert validate_user_input equals false. Hashtag add more edge cases here. Once your new tests are written, run the entire suite again using Claude Code. You can do this by typing a command like bash Claude Code run tests. You'll see any new failures or errors pop up right away, allowing you to quickly address them.